What's good, YouTube? I know there's a lot of Hbar fans out there, so today we're going to have a little look at this project. Probably one of the first times on this channel, but if anything has got over $1 billion market capital, it deserves a bit of praise and attention. So is Hbar a good crypto investment for 2022 onwards? Let's find out in this video. Currently, we're up 6% on the daily time frame. The volume has dropped a little bit, but we're looking good at $0.075. Now, retrospectively speaking, this price level is still extremely undervalued compared to what we did see all the way back over here in 2021. We traded at $0.5 right there, so we almost hit $1. We're basically halfway there, and the market cap was also extremely high, trading just below $10 billion at about 6.7 billion right there. So let's crack on with some fundamentals of the project itself as well, and remind ourselves why we should remain bullish. If you're new to the channel, guys, subscribe as well. I will stick around through the bear markets. Hbar launched their 250 mil metaverse fund to onboard major brands. Now, this occurred back in April. And why is this important? Well, it should be important because it shows us that they've got the cash reserves to sustain and develop a network through the actual bear market itself. So it should increase investment appetite and give holders a lot of confidence as well. What actually is Hbar? It's a smart contracts 2.0 platform. As you can see, 10 times faster than blockchain alternatives, carbon negative, always predictable gas fees, unlike, things like ethereum and stuff like that. Don't tell Vitalik I said that. And what else is going on? The third generation public. So why is this really important? We're in the third generation right now. So second generation is ETH, first generation is Bitcoin. Transactions per second, absolutely incredible. Average fee, you could do 10,000 transactions and still you're not even going to feel it have an impact on your wallet. Transaction confirmation, extremely fast, as well as the energy consumption, which is just next to zero. Basically, you could have 10,000 computers also running transactions and you're not really going to take a hit on the energy bill at all. So these factors are really, really bullish. And even when you compare them to other smart contract platforms like Cardano or Avalanche or Phantom, we still have fantastic stats right here, and that's why we should remain bullish. I don't know if you can see them all on the side there because my fluffy head is in the way. There we go. So yeah, you can see extremely bullish, and that is why. The Q2 2022 roadmap, so we're now leaning into this phase. Smart contracts, HIP 329 update. Got smart contracts as well over here. HIPS feature, approval and allowance for API Hbar token service, smart contract owned tokens as well. So there's a lot going on. It's a big roadmap as we see, and then we go to H2 2022. Not quite sure what that means, but it does show that they have a long-term vision and they wish to stay through the bear market, and they're going to develop as strong as they can. Bit of news today on the crypto side of things, so just want to show some on-chain data. This is the Bitcoin net unrealized profit loss, NUPL. We can see every time the price of Bitcoin, when it does come down to the market lows, we see that the net or the NUPL is flicking blue. And every time it flicks blue, usually we get a rally following. Here was the COVID-19 March 2020 crash. Here was the crash following 2018 bull market. Here was the 2015 bull market following, and here is after the capitulation that we saw with the current bull market of 2020-21, after we saw the big bearish divergence, the Terra Luna FUD crash on May 12th, and also the Bitcoin passing the 200-week moving average on June the 12th. We're now blue again. So does this mean it's a good time to buy crypto? Yes, no, maybe. Nobody truly knows. Most likely, let's be honest. If you only read Bitcoin news headlines, this is the CEO of Binance. He posted this today. Bitcoin is dead, Bitcoin is dead, Bitcoin is dead. So if you were just to literally purchase off of reading Bitcoin is dead or a scam in the news, that's the most bullish factor you've got there. The news is pretty much useless unless the news is obviously euphoric. Everyone is talking about it. It's time to sell. If Bitcoin is dead, nobody's talking about it anymore. Social volumes dropped. Google Trend data has dropped. It's time to buy again. It can just be that simple, guys. Anyhow, we're here for Hbar. Let's have a little look at what's going on with this coin. We can see today, Hbar has pumped really nice out of this basically descending channel. We got a bounce off of these key support levels at 0.0629. As well as these lower levels here. 200-week moving average crash for Bitcoin take us down to 0.0618, and we're already up quite a generous amount from that particular crash, over 27% in the name of. So really good. If we quickly flick to that weekly time frame, just so I can show you what's going on the long term, is Hbar lost the key level of support along here, along this diagonal support level. Of course, that happened in April 2022. Since then, it has been a major downtrend, and we're still really underextended on that 20-day moving average. What's important is we came down to lower price levels within this range here, where we had basically a swing high on February 2020 of 0.079, and we're trading in this range. And I would personally say that this range here, where we are, anywhere around here, it's a nice accumulation range. Now, of course, we could still lose support here at the 0.628 and still come down to a lower support level. And with that in mind, the next kind of accumulation range for me would probably be, and you should also take a note of this one, because when it happens, it was going to get there and it's going to come back up so quick that you would not have catched the dip in time. This sort of range here will be really, really bullish for more accumulation, 0.025 to 0.048. But buying at these levels is also not a huge problem. Look at the weekly RSI. We're finally oversold, and we've not seen this for over 2 years and 3 months. If we move to that daily, again, we were oversold, and each time we're seeing the oversold, we're getting a small bounce each time. And it happens historically as well. You can see here, 23rd January, we've got a pump. You can see over here, 15 December, we also got a pump to the upside for Hbar. So again, another bullish factor. Where do I think the price of Hbar could go over the next few weeks? Well, it depends really on the rest of the market, as always. But I would like to at least look at this diagonal resistance that I just drew in. The fact we are getting a nice pump to the upside and we're retesting the 20-day moving average. It does tell us that basically we are still not in an uptrend. We're still in a downtrend. And usually in a bear market, you retest that 20-day EMA. And you get rejection each time. As we can see, I'm going to get the path and show you this. We come down, we get rejection, come down, we get rejection, we come down, we get that rejection. So you would assume that we're just going to put through a higher low or something, maybe come back down to the 0.0627 level, maybe bounce and then see a bit of continuation. That would be really ideal. I don't think we're just going to blast right up to $0.13 right now. There's just too many economical factors suppressing a bull market. Just way too much fear and other things going on too. For our time frame, there we go, we're putting through the swing high. What's happened at the moment is we broke through the resistance here on the diagonal, and now we've got a nice pump to the upside. You can see this swing high here, we corrected down to the 0.382. If we look at the current swing high to where we are now, we're yet to retrace slightly, so we could still see a bit of retracement before continuation to the upside. This would be the ideal scenario, coming back down to that 0.382 level, which would be around here, 0.074, and then getting more continuation to the upside. Of course, we're leaning towards the overbought territory on the RSI, and the Bollinger Bands are telling us again, this is effectively a place where you could go short, because every time the Bollinger Band reaches the top, we usually collapse, we come back down. It came back down a little bit here, so I'd expect just a bit of movement, nothing major. It doesn't mean that we're going to flip back into a real bearish trend and go crash again, plummet down to like really low price levels. It's just cooling off at the moment. So Hbar, really, really bullish at these price levels. I'd like to see Hbar at least retest this resistance here at a 0.0829, and then we may see some more continuation to the upside, because basically 0.11 or 0.12 could be possible June, July, or even coming August, in my humble opinion. What do I think can happen for Hbar over the next few years? If we look at 2025 targets, assuming this is the market cycle bottom, we can actually look at these pragmatic ranges between 1.272 and 1.618. They would be our Fibonacci extension ranges. So anywhere between 0.71 and 0.89 would be realistic price targets for Hbar in the future. So yeah, very, very bullish. Do use the extreme fear as an opportunity to accumulate, guys. If you want to get some crypto today, make sure you use the link down in the description. Get started on that long-term portfolio. Quick glance at Bitcoin just before I do go. We're going to flip to the logarithmic regression scale here. We can see Bitcoin lost that 200-week moving average, didn't it? 22.4k folded into 17.5k as we see. And what happened is we lost the 200-week. We came down, basically a touchdown on the green section of the Fibonacci logarithmic regression, shall I say? Not Fibonacci. Wow, addicted to that word. So we can see before, historically, we came down to the 200-week moving averages, but we touched the blue line within the green range. Now, this time round, it's not happened. The 200-week moving average has actually been above the green regression band. So it does still suggest that we could come down lower. I'm not sure why. Maybe things just moved way too quickly with stimulus checks, COVID, and Elon Musk pumping the the shit out of crypto. Whoa, bottles didn't like that word. And maybe it's just a factor, right? Gotta consider these things. So rising wedge position, we lost that. Currently now, people that went long here would have been liquidated, even though the trajectory remains the same and the pump is exactly the same. As you see, we're at 21k here and we're already higher today. So still speculating that Bitcoin is going to come up to around the $25,000 level before we see rejection, continuation back to the downside. It might not be the bottom yet, guys, so don't get too excited. Bear markets do last a long time. Just before we wrap up the video, what's going on with crypto today? Bitcoin is up 2.4%, BNB up 3.5%, Ethereum up 1%. Shiba Inu, what are you doing? Cool. Dog has come out to play, 13.4% to the upside. Dogecoin also up 10%, so we're getting some low caps waking up, reminding us that they do exist. And Bitcoin is currently at 21.2k, Ethereum at 1.15k. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, leave suggestions. Make sure you do get yourself down into that description section. Hop on over to the Learn to Trade Telegram as well as the Crypto News and Insights Telegram, so you don't miss out on any trending data and insights, because we are doing the research for you, so you can just hop on straight to what is relevant today. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you soon.